Residents from Bedfordview are demanding accountability for dry taps, which they say have led to issues within the community. The community says they've been looking for help from both Ekurhuleni municipality and Rand Water, but there is still not a single drop of water. Our reporter Nqobile Madlala is tracking that story for us and joins us live. I can imagine the frustration on the ground, Nqobile, from some of the residents. What has been the explanation or perhaps even the timeline given by Rand Water and the municipality?
Well, at this moment, they're saying that when they go to Rand Water, of course, Rand Water says you need to speak to your municipality because you'll know that Rand Water is a bulk supplier and the municipality is supposed to do the work in providing that water. But at this moment, they're not really getting the clarity as to where exactly is the problem. But what they're understanding is that their water, with regards to the reservoirs, are not at the right level, which is giving problems with high-lying areas not getting their water in time. And I want to bring in Mary Ann now, who's one of the residents, to speak to us about just the frustration around not getting water. Mary Ann, you said this has affected you personally.
Yes, for weeks on end we have no water, and it is the contempt that Rand Water and Ekurhuleni have for us. There's no forewarning of when the water is going to go on, when it's going to go off. You can't plan anything. I have a little grandson who I can't bath him, I can't clean him at any time. I've got a friend who has is a special needs child, and he's out in the garden and he's playing where the dogs are and that. He's got so sick, he's got stars in his eyes, he's got diarrhea, and there's just nothing they can do. And we can't plan anything. If they would just tell us, like Eskom did, say, you're going to be cut off, it's load shedding there, we could do something, we could make a plan. But there's just total contempt for the residents in Bedfordview who pay their rates and taxes, and they know where we are. If we don't pay it, they will cut it off as quickly as they can. So it is just so frustrating.
And I imagine this is exactly how you feel, but are you buying water now?
No, I'm actually in the process of putting a backup solution in because, as I said, we just can't survive anymore. I mean, it's, as I say, to echo the statements here, we understand things break down. We understand that, there's time to do maintenance, there's time to do things like that. But just talk to us. It don't matter who's at fault, whether it's Ekurhuleni, whether it's Rand Water. Talk to people. The fact that they sit there denying that there's nothing wrong, and then we wind up with no water from sometimes 8 o'clock in the morning earlier till 10 o'clock at night. I mean, what are you supposed to do? All right, I'm trying to run a small business, a guest house. I've got people that don't want to stay with me because I can't provide the basic services.
It's an inconvenience.
Oh, it's a major inconvenience. All right, you can't, as I said, you can't do anything. You just sit there all day waiting for the water to come back.
Financially, how's that affecting you?
Oh, well, I've lost several big contracts of people coming up, for training and to give training, and they don't want to stay with me. They'd rather stay somewhere else, because at least they can then, have their showers whenever they feel like it, rather than wait until 10, 12 o'clock at night or getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's insane.
And I want to bring you in. You're a couple that obviously have been affected as a family as well. I'm going to start from your husband's side. How are you dealing with all of this?
No, it's been incredibly frustrating. The lack of communication, the transparency, that's really what we need to start planning. Being able to prepare on a daily basis just for our communals to work, it's frustrating for me. And my wife's been affected because she also works from home. That level of anxiety that creeps in really does affect our daily lives.
Our water sometimes comes in at 2 o'clock in the morning. We wake up 2 o'clock in the morning to fill our bottles, have a shower, and then use zombied for work. It's highly frustrating living like this. Also, the rates in Bedfordview is highly expensive, and to pay that rate and to have non-service is just disrespect to the Bedfordview residents.
I just want to ask, perhaps, what would you want to see happen now that you've communicated some of these frustrations? And I'm going to come to you, Mary Ann. What would you say is the solution now?
Well, firstly, I think that Rand Water needs to send more water into our area. Our reservoir needs to be filled. It's been, for 4 days now, they've been trying to fill it, and it's at 10%. And we just need a bigger amount of water coming into this area where they haven't made updates for the years and years that more people live in the area. It's become far more commercial here, and big 2-acre properties have got multiple apartments on them, and we just don't have enough water, and we just want more water coming into the area. It's a right.
Yes, indeed. And you saying the bills are still coming in, even though that you're not getting water. How's this affecting you?
We're still paying our rates and we are not getting any service, and that's just disrespect to all of us.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Those are the community members, Veronica, highly frustrated. They still have to pay the bills. There's no water. They're not able to plan their lives, and it's even affecting businesses in the area. But what they want is accountability and perhaps just an idea on when they're not going to have water and when they will.
And certainly that communication is quite important. Have they said anything as well about, apart from the inconvenience, the cost? This is, of course, causing for them having to get some of that alternative water.
Well, definitely. I mean, you can hear from some of the small business owners. They have to have that water. Not only is it affecting the business in terms of the fact that the customers are now, the clientele is now running away because they cannot have that efficiency of actually going and getting a shower because there hasn't been any water. But now they have to consider the fact that at the end of the month, there's also going to be a bill that is going to come in, and you still have to pay for the water that you don't have. But in the meantime, they have to use a JoJo tank, which we've also checked, doesn't have any water coming out of it, which means now they have to go into shops to be able to get that water, and that also comes with a price. So you can imagine in terms of the budgets, monthly budgets, how this affects them on a business level, on a on a family level, and as it accumulates, what does this mean for these families that are already living in a space where the economy is not doing as great as we would like to see it doing, and this means that their cost continues to just go up.
A situation there described by residents as disrespectful and unfair.